Welcome to Buzz Around the Globe. A 79-year-old mother awaits a glimpse of her son but is harshly told to not touch him by the Russian authorities that have arrested him. After being ordered not to touch him, Alexander Bakhtin's mother, Lyudmila Bakhtina, engrosses herself with the legal procedures. She is firm in her belief that her son has done nothing wrong. Alexander Bakhtin, a musician, is one of thousands of regular people who have also been silently caught up in the ever-growing machine of repression in Russia. Beyond the widely publicized cases of famous Kremlin opponents imprisoned since the start of Russia's offensive in Ukraine, there are many who are on trial for discrediting the Russian army. Their lives exist away from the international spotlight in unceasing court dates. They are those whose actions, sometimes as small as posting something on internet, have been deemed to have discredited the offensive or the army. Alexander Bakhtin's retired microbiologist mother even took the stand as a witness in his trial. She claimed her son was a harmless person and they almost made a terrorist out of him.
My son wouldn't hurt a fly. He's such a harmless person. He's an animal rights activist, an ecologist. He has helped everyone all his life. And they almost made a terrorist out of him. After all, he did not invent this information about Russia's offensive. He took it from the internet, even published all these messages before the release of this new law. You should have seen the army that came to take him away. He is sick, he has terrible bronchitis. I have his certificates with me, so that's that. And he had gotten ill with bronchitis there in prison. They smoke there, and they didn't even allow me to hand over an inhaler to him. Do you understand? They just mock him as best they can. I think that this is a form of mockery.
Moscow introduced sweeping censorship laws shortly after ordering tens of thousands of troops into Ukraine. Discrediting the army can currently be punished by up to 5 years in prison, while spreading knowingly false information about it can attract a 15-year jail sentence. According to OVD-Info, a watchdog keeping an eye on such cases, almost 20,000 people have so far been arrested for their anti-war position and more than 500 people, including minors and pensioners, have been charged with criminal cases. Anatoly Roshan, a retired engineer, is facing similar troubles, but he refuses to buckle under pressure.
They came to my house many times. I didn't let them into the apartment. The FSB officers, the cops, came and said, if you reject these recordings, recognize all this as stupidity, we won't put you in jail. And I tell them, you know, I think that I am charged with laws that contradict the Constitution. I consider them fascist. I am not going to obey them, so do what you want. And based on these conversations, there was a preliminary examination, which I discredit.
Though the legal community is also fighting it tooth and nail.
We will fight, because Anatoly Alexandrovich does not admit guilt and says, and I trust and support his position, that this is his personal opinion, which it is not forbidden to express, in accordance with the Constitution of the Russian Federation. Why then is the Constitution needed, if this is forbidden? He didn't kill anyone, he didn't commit any crimes, he just wrote what he thinks. I want to note that now, these days, there are more and more cases like this, and, unfortunately, they all go to court. We just believe that these statements are the personal opinion of a person, that he can express, which is permitted by the Constitution of the Russian Federation. And to punish him for it, all the more so to publicly judge a person is, excuse me, the Middle Ages.
Do tell us what you think about this video in the comments section, and for more news updates subscribe to India Today.